fun. Make yourself at home. Grab some popcorn. Sip something good. I think it's what, fresh lemonade. All right, I got my local okay. And settle into the vibe because it's gonna be a vibe. Thank you for those who had the opportunity to be with us last week for our first in the series with Candy Renee and Tamani Campbell. We had such an awesome time in this area, and we're gonna have an awesome time today with our guest. Okay, so again, we're about to take you on a journey through sound, story, and soul. This is Legacy Lyrics in the Local Sound. My name is geninelatriceperez. You know I love it when you say my whole name. Okay, how you living? I'm living the best life. Okay, so now I have the absolute honor of introducing to you the director and founder of this beautiful space, this amazing place. Y'all give it up for Girl HEARNE, okay? Give it up.
Thanks again. I'm so glad you're here for Legacy Lyrics and Local Sound. This is Black Music Appreciation Month, which we took advantage of, and it's also the 37th anniversary of HEARNE Fine Art. And what you see on the wall is the HEARNE collection of Visual Symphony, which is a compilation of artworks by emerging, mid-career, and master artists in 19 different mediums. So it's about education, it's about all of the artists that we have encountered over the last 37 years. So we took the opportunity to blend music and visual art and of course literature, because we are a bookstore. We represent local, regional, national, international, and regional artists and authors. And a lot of people have been through here, and we are a platform for our local artists and authors. So we're excited that you're here, and after the presentation, we hope that you'll stick around and view the exhibition and ask some questions, because we want you to start collecting art. So thanks so much.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you.
Program.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you for just everything. All right, so again, I'm your girl geninelatriceperez, and I am ecstatic about being the host and curator for Black Music Appreciation Month, as well as celebrating the 37th anniversary of Pyramid Art, HEARNE Fine Art. So it's Pyramid Art, Books, and Custom Framing, and HEARNE Fine Art. See, I got it right. She wasn't even in the room, so I was like, oh my God. But I'm so excited. Listen, I thank her for her leadership. I thank her for cultivating the culture and creativity and allowing that to flourish. But we're gonna go ahead and jump right into today's session. It's a Saturday, y'all, a Saturday, and we have folks that came out so that we can be the SEANFRESH. I mean, I can tell you, and I'll get into it a little bit as we get into our conversation. But first, I want you to welcome SEANFRESH, because we want to hear his story and the spirit that reflects the very essence of this series. So everybody, give a huge round of applause for the SEANFRESH. Look, let me tell you a little bit about Sean. He's a Little Rock native, raised on gospel, soul, and survival, right? The son of a pastor and an industrial worker, Sean turned to music and faith to escape the pull of gang violence in his neighborhood. Over time, he's evolved into an award-winning singer, songwriter, and entertainer with a sound rooted in classic R&B and modern soul. His Finally Happy EP is the sound of healing and growth. Sean doesn't just sing, he testifies, he tells the truth. And of course, I do have up here ways in which you can reach out to his social, his website, his contact information. So right now, I'm gonna take a minute Now he's up here to listen just a little bit, and you know that's what we do here. We listen a little bit and then we chit chat. Okay. So this song is called Closer.
Closer.
Mm-hmm. In fact, Sean, as we're getting to it, before I hit play, any sneak peek that they need to be listened to about this song?
So this song was originally, I recorded that song like 4 times, and it's an older song. I rapped on it at first, then I rapped on it again, and then during the pandemic, I sung on it. And then the Let's Get Closer.
Yes.
That's a sample from Atlantic Star. But you feel me? But I redid it vocally.
Okay. Now y'all test. Are my lights on?
Yeah.
Because you know I will turn it off in a minute.
Okay, it's on.
Okay, here we go closer, guys. Okay, now I can be official. Play.
You don't play fair. How could you be everything I dream about? Won't you come here? It's over here. Let me kiss all the words out your mouth. Lay down your burdens. Let's meet in person. Let's get closer. Closer and closer. Let's get closer. Closer and closer. Well, I heard about your ex, I swear that nigga's a bride. We flexing on the gram and get this color massage. No shirt up in the gym, all they doing is squats. Then they preach on Sunday morning, boy, start playing with God. It's the young one, kipper, right leg lift up, blue face tipper. Scroll through her phone, I pose as a real nigga. Got the Cuban link sitting right on the chinchilla. What's up? On top, you can see what the mark be. I'm Sean Fresh, all up in the marquee. They pardon me for handing biz like I'm supposed to. Let me come over so we can get closer. Let's get closer. All right, let's get closer. Closer.
So that's a sampling of Closer. You can go find that on
Spotify, all the streaming platforms.
all the streaming platforms and YouTube.
YouTube,
Okay.
Spotify, Apple Music,
Okay.
Dizzle, whatever, you know.
Okay. And I got another one.
I'm shocked, you know.
I did that last week. Well, on Monday I did that.
Monday, yeah.
And they were like, wait a minute, where'd you find that one?
Yeah.
You put it out there.
I know. I'm just curious, you know, like, what we gonna play next?
Okay, this one, because I didn't tell you.
No, I'm okay with it. I like surprise.
I didn't tell you. I just want to make sure it plays this time, though. Okay, here we go. No, that's not it. Did you see it just switch like
I
that?
didn't see it, you know, you got that screen protector on your phone.
Okay, yeah, let me see. I just.
I can't see your screen.
Sean, don't play me. Okay, don't play me. This one. Let me add that to the playlist. There we go.
So my cousin played the saxophone on Closer, Raphael Powell II.
Okay. What about the background?
That is a correlation of me, Lavelle Davidson, Justin Paul, and a girl named Samantha.
A girl that's...
And Cameron Renee was on
And we had Cammy there. Okay, on Monday.
yeah.
Okay. We're gonna see if this works. And if it does, someone's gonna just keep on talking.
Like I run the world, had to take it from the girls. Wanna eat up, go they place it.
Forget it. You know what? I'm just gonna jump into this until I can figure out what I'm doing and why Spotify is tripping with me today.
What's the for the YouTube?
Okay, that's the thing.
I like YouTube.
I like YouTube too.
So it's not your fault. So Spotify, they sent some messages to the DSPs.
Tell us what DSPs are, because we don't know.
The distributing service providers. So my numbers were really high, and so they had took some of my music down, thinking that the distributors, because I'm distributed through Tune Titan, so they thought that they did something with the numbers. So they took some of the music down until this appeal gets through, which is crazy to me. I think that's like the label's doing, trying to minimize the independent artists.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah, so.
That helps me. So here we go then.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
It's been a long time since I felt this way. Girl, you look like the sunshine, brightens up my day. And I know you had it rough, but you stayed for the both of us. So glad that you came my way. So let's get away from the cool kids, baby, let's fall in love. I don't know what we're doing, but it's just what we dream of. Baby, I love you. I put down the cool to be with you. It's best enough. Girl, I don't know why it took so long for me to see that you're the one I want. Every king deserves a queen. Every team has an MVP. And I'm so glad that you came my way. So let's get away from the cool kids, baby, let's fall in love. I don't know what we're doing, but it's just what we dream of. Baby, I love you. I put down the cool to be with you. It's just enough. Yeah, that's enough.
So that's the cool kids. That's the sound of the cool kids. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Y'all give it up for Sean. So here's the thing. This is like a listening, no performance. It's just listening and kind of catching a vibe and seeing what that's about. And having said that, tell us a little bit about it. Make sure we can hear you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your background and how it has shaped your sound.
So I grew up off of Asher, 24th and Payton. I mean, I think that might be a whole paragraph right there, right? Like, if you know anything about Little Rock. So my sound is just kind of based off of escaping the area that I was in. I fell in love with like gospel artists like Fred Hammond, Brian McKnight, Usher, those type of people. Then I joined the Army when I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't know that I knew how to sing. Because everybody, all I did was go to church and go to school, play basketball. So I wasn't very cultured, So when I joined the Army, we used to sing the national anthem, and it was probably like 200 of us, and like the drill sergeant was like, "Hey, I hear somebody," and they were walking around because you had to sing,
Right.
And they was like, you, y'all gonna sing and entertain us every day.
Every day.
Yeah, like, cause you get a lot of time in the day. You know what I mean? Like there's like down times, like we have to sing the national anthem, we do certain things.
Was this during basic training?
This is doing basic training.
Okay,
Like, basic training is from 5 a.m. to like 8 something.
I was in the Air Force, so I understand.
So not no disrespect to you, but
What?
I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. That's similar. I can talk about it. I can talk about y'all, but can't nobody talk about the armed forces.
You know what? Legacy lyrics in the local sound. You better keep talking about it. Just talk about the music, right? We're not gonna go there.
So like I pride myself on being a songwriter and having a unique voice. I like when you hit play on my song, it's me singing.
Oh yeah.
That's the biggest thing for me. And I like there's a lot of music, that's why I was concerned what you were gonna play. But there's a lot of music that I believe that artists should also however you feel at that time, that should be your timestamp in your music. So
you have a lot of ease on your music.
I do have a lot of ease on my music. And that was a rough, I tell Pat, my producer and friend, I had a rough 2 years, my dad passed, I had some family stuff. I never was a drinker, but I got involved in drinking a lot. So there was certain things that I in that moment, I just hey, this is how I feel. And now I'm not there anymore, so it's still kind of weird to hear, but I'm a firm believer. Because even the music that y'all are hearing is so old that it's when I put it out there, I'm oh man. But because of my belief and principles of however you feel, somebody's going to be in that space.
It's so true.
And that's the thing that I do. So I did a song for my dad. If I could, I would take it down, but I probably never will. There's songs. There's only 1 or 2 songs that I actually just took down because I have a daughter now, and I don't want her to find. You feel me?
She's so cute.
Yeah, thank you.
She's so cute.
But for the most part, I still believe that, and they put an E on your stuff for saying nigga, and I'm from 24th and Page. That's
Gotcha.
It's so.
You see, I didn't have a problem.
Yeah, my mama do, but it's I don't really want to conform to what everybody is. Down here, I'm an artist.
Yes.
Right? I pride myself on being an artist.
Yes.
I'm probably one of these are my friends. I'm probably one of 2 people that has nobody on this panel is gonna have more original music than me.
Got you.
Right? I pride myself of writing and doing my own music. Does that mean that I'm not going to get booked at certain stuff? Absolutely. Right? But there's a thing called principles. I'm not doing no fans. I'm not, singing these certain things, because at the end of the day, I can't sing your songs because I didn't live your life. You feel me? So.
Ooh, you just made
Right, so that's just the thing about me. I can't feel how you feel because me and you are not the same. There's not too many people. I'm not in so many different areas. So that's why.
You gonna make me cry up in here.
That's why I just do my own music, right?
Yes.
And I support everybody. I went to the arts night last night. And it was great, everybody sung, they covered tunes. I know what to sing if I want to get you to move, but I don't want you to move to somebody else's song. I want you to move to my soul, to my beat, to, do you know what the cool kids, baby, let's fall in love. I wrote that song when my wife left to Louisiana, and I wrote it in 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Because I wanted her to know, even though I'm showing fresh, I'm never too cool to come out to you. Right.
Hold on, can I get a tissue? Can I get something?
So, no.
Sean!
Yeah.
That was deep.
Sean!
Yeah, so I don't talk that much about it, but I just think it's amusing, but it's a struggle at times because this is all I do. I don't work for anybody, right?
Yes.
I'm an artist, so if you don't buy a hat, you don't come to a show, you don't listen to my music, right? If you don't ask me to do graphics or do websites, right, then I have to find something else to do. And God has just blessed me to be able to continue to do it at a high level. But yeah, there's it's too easy. Like, I mean, I could easily go up there and just do a Rhyme Night tribute and have the whole place sold out, do a Usher tribute. Those are the name of people that I really like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown, you know what I mean? Like,
So it's like no shade. You just
yeah, those are the people that I like. Like, I couldn't sing, now Bruno Mars, I can't sing Bruno.
But you like it.
I like it, but you gotta have a little, my boy Roosevelt, he do, in Breezy, they do a little something with it. I'm not there. If we had the voice, I'm not even gonna win the voice, but there's not gonna be a better artist than me. I'm never gonna win any vocal competition, right? Like, there's never gonna happen. But historically, music isn't about who can sing, it's how you sing it. And that's what I think we get caught up in, is trying to figure out. And it's just a false, I mean, because right now, somebody gave me some money to say a tribute, I definitely do it because I need money. Right? Right, so, you know,
But when you go out on your own and you set up your own shows, the focus is not about other things, it's about the artistry of what you have to bring to the table.
Yeah, I got a show June 20th, Singers Plug in Whitewater.
That's why we're here.
I got probably one cover on it.
Okay.
But the cover is something anytime I do a cover, it's a song that I've always just been singing. Right? Like, it's something that's like, I understand it because, you know, the artist kind of, and it transitions into something that I've been feeling. But like on my set, I think I'm doing 10 songs. I got not even a whole, 2 covers, right? 1.5.
Gotcha.
Right? And one is just because somebody passed like that. They said, you sound good singing this, so we can put it on your set. I was like, cool with me.
But I love the fact that you stay true to you.
Yeah.
And you always stay true.
Yeah. I don't even know what else to do. I think that's just the military and the 24th of Pagan.
I'm feeling a combination. So I got another question here. What does it mean to use your voice for healing?
So this is gonna sound weird. I feel like the most important person you need to heal first is yourself. So like my songs is for me, and it's just a coincidence that other people like it. You know, so I think
that resonates with my whole soul.
you feel me?
I do.
We got some covers on there too. I'm in the market, you know.
Shades on because you know that's my secret.
You know,
All right, don't play with me.
I don't talk about what I pay attention to. Like,
Yes.
but maybe that's an Aquarius for me. You know?
And we are.
Yeah, indubitably.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, what was the question again?
It's about healing. But visually, that's healing for me.
Yeah.
Because that just made me happy.
Yes.
And you knew.
Yeah, it is.
That's the artist in you.
Yeah, you know, I'm just here for my people.
And then let me put this plug in there because he talks about graphics, and I know that you really just kind of answered the question.
Yeah.
Without that, you did. You got it right. Y'all got it. He did when I first moved here.
Yeah.
I was looking for a graphic artist. So my Purple Palace production logos.
Oh.
You don't remember?
I do.
We went through a series of it with the orange, blue, and purple because
I did a lot of them.
Yes,
I did send you like 12.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I don't really do stuff for people that I don't like.
Yeah. Oh, woo.
So, like, a lot of people don't know. Like, a lot of people don't know that I do certain stuff because you gotta be like referred to me. Like, I don't know. Money just doesn't intrigue me like that. You know, like, but maybe that's
that
it.
Purple Palace production.
You should. I should do better. I know I'm way
No. No. The way it was done in the season that it was done is the way that it needed to be done.
Okay.
And it stays with me.
Okay, I appreciate it. I see some of my old stuff and like, yeah, you did. But then I see some of my old stuff like, man, that was good.
Well, I thank you for answering those questions. So here's I asked, like I asked on Monday. I keep saying last week like it was. It was just Monday, but like, what's your why?
Cause God told me to do it.
You know what? That's enough for me.
Yeah. Some people talk about me, and I hear them, and they don't know how to fight.
Oh,
No, this has nothing to do with 24th of pain, because that just means I'm angry, right? Just because I'm 24th, that just means there's a bunch of angry people. Like I'm a trained boxer. I teach kids how to box.
Oh, what?
And I've been boxing for 8 years straight. But like during the pandemic, I probably stayed 5 hours a day in the gym, in the boxing gym. But the thing is that I do it because God told me to do it. Like literally, I got in a car wreck and I was working like 2 full-time jobs. I was just chasing money. I just wanted to be rich. And I got in a car wreck going to church. And when I got out of my car wreck, I was like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die doing something I love doing. And God was like, you have to be an R&B singer. Now I'm a business person. Like that is one thing that like those are things that are easy for me. And I was like, you know, I'm like, man, R&B singer. I was in a group or whatnot. I sucked it. I was the least of the group. Like I wasn't good at all.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, I wasn't good at all. Right? Like I could write the songs, but like I had so much vibrato in my voice. I didn't know how to control my vibrato. They called me Sheep West. People, like I said, a lot of people make fun of me, but I don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was the thing. It was like one of us is gonna stop and it's not gonna be me. Right? And that's the difference between a lot of people. Even in all things, is like there's a niche for everybody. Like the difference between me and you is that I'm not gonna stop. Right? And you're gonna stop, you're gonna get tired, you're gonna get weary, and at that moment that's when I'm gonna win. Right? Like that's at that moment you have
do you hear this?
like that's just how
I'm
I
not
am.
gonna stop.
Yeah,
You're gonna get tired.
I'm not gonna get tired, right? Like I'm not gonna get tired. I might get weary, but you won't know it. Right? So I do it because God told me to be an R&B singer, and that's another reason why I took down some of my music because I need to be a positive a beacon when it comes to that community because the community that we're in, the church makes fun of us, they ridicule us, right? And so, but they want to use our things. So, like sometimes you're the only God or Jesus that somebody's going to see. So, I have to make sure that part of me doesn't get exposed where it hinders somebody. And I've definitely hurt some people. They're probably going to be like, Sean, not Sean, right? But overall is because there's a promise that God has given me, and every time I want to quit, somebody comes up. Right? There was Corey Beck, and he owns White City Kicks. He don't even know it. I was at Whitewater Tavern. I was there the happiest day of my life with one of them, right? Because I was done. I was quitting. Like they don't know. Like I was like, woo. There's probably like 12 people up in there. I ain't promote the show. I ain't care. Right? I was like, yay! And Corey Beck came out of nowhere. He was like, man, he was like, that's pretty good. You should keep going. I said, what you say?
Yes.
He said, keep going. I said, bro, like, what are you? And I started to cry a little bit, and he was just like, what the heck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I was like, man, I don't even worry about it. He was like, all right, then I'll talk to you later. Right?
Just like that.
Yeah, but he didn't know, like to him, he was just like, it sounded good, and he should keep doing it, you know what I'm saying? Don't be discouraged. But like, there's always moments that God kind of puts stuff in there for you to continue to go, so, you know, such a life.
It's crazy because, like, my next series of questions, but you know, I had to go back script, y'all. You know, I mean, we might, you know, veer left, veer right, but it's okay. It's just like what drives you to keep showing up through the highs and lows. And then that was one question.
Yeah.
And then another one is you've had some major wins, but have there been obstacles along the way, and have you overcome them? But even in the very essence of what you just shared, it's kind of like you answer these things, and I'm pulling from that nugget that one, you believe in what you do, you know that it is a God-given gift and task for you to do this. This is what you are supposed to be and purpose to do. You know, my car tags, they say purpose. You are purposed to do this, and in spite of it all, you're not going to show that you're tired, even though you do get tired, okay? And somebody else is going to get tired.
Yeah, I'm not,
And you're going to come up.
I'm sure to a few people.
You what?
I'm sure to a few people.
Okay.
There's some people who don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, but in essence,
no. Like right now, you don't know.
they don't have to know.
That's right.
I got this song, you know, until you walked a lifetime in my shoes. Don't twist your mouth and tell me what to do.
Yeah,
Now, it says, let's talk about how you share. Now, did you want to address anything like what I just asked?
No,
Because I mean, it was already addressed to me.
That's good.
Did I think to the
Good work
people?
to me. Good sound like
Like, it says, let's talk about how you share your music. What's been your approach to marketing?
Yeah, oh, now we're talking that talk.
Yes. And what works for you as an independent artist? So all of that, because I know watching that
Yeah.
to me is magical.
Yeah, no, that's the part that's what people don't realize. I enjoy the rollout more than I like anything else. So the marketing, the first thing that I realized is that don't nobody care, right? We talking about black music month, and we no disrespect. We got, and this is the reality of me.
It's the truth.
We got talking about Black History Month, and we got a handful of people in one of the most predominant black libraries, bookstores in Central Arkansas. We got politicians. I just met y'all, right? We got your baby girl. We got you, right? You know, like I'm 2-time artist of the year, right? Like I've been on 4 national tours. But the first thing that you gotta realize, don't nobody care. And that's the thing is that I come
Can I
to
say this?
Yes, ma'am.
You gonna finish that, but we just had that conversation before you got here.
No,
We just had that conversation. Like, where the people?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if it's 1 or 2 people, like that's God. When God told me to do something, that's all that matters. It don't really matter. Like, I'm gonna do 3 things. I had 3 agendas when I got here. 1 is to pass out, tell people on my show. 2 is to get footage, as you can see right there. And 3, I called you and asked you was, am I able to sell merch?
Yes.
Right? So those are the 3 things that I had on my agenda. Like as far as marketing, the first thing that you gotta realize is don't nobody care. Then you gotta figure out like how do you make people care? And people only care for a few seconds. Is it because I'm gonna look good? Is it because there's a song that I wanna play? Is it because I'm affiliated with somebody? Right? Is it do I have to go to a show? Do I have to show a different side of me that I might not be comfortable with showing? You gotta figure that out. And then once you figure that out, you gotta be consistently putting it out there. And you gotta love like the process. Some people just think as soon as they put something out and they scare themselves by people who got a machine behind them. And the thing is, if it's 100 people that show up, 100 people is a lot of money. You feel me? Like if 100 people show up to Whitewater, even we've had bigger. That's a lot of money. If those same 100 people decide to buy a hat, that's a lot of money.
Right.
If those same 100 people follow me every time I come somewhere, could you imagine 100 people in this room?
That's right.
Right, so we get focused too much on the 500,000. We gotta get this. Right now, I got 515 monthly subscribers on my Spotify. That's a lot of people. You feel me? Now I know there's some people. I looked at a Black Party, he's from Arkansas. He got 475,000 followers. That's a lot of people, right? But I'm not gonna. And I'm human, so sometimes I'll see something and I'll be like, I want to be there. But at the end of the day, my favorite book is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And the first thing is to be proactive, right? Like I can't, habit 1 is to be proactive. I know I'm from Little Rock. I know that I'm working against. I know all of that. So I can't blame nobody but myself. And once you get to that stage, then, that's when you can start trying to market and figure it out. Do I need to be 10 pounds lighter? I jogged 2 miles before I came here, right? Do I need to be able to hold my notes longer? It's my shows really that good. How you videotape yourself. I videotaped. They was trash. They gotta get better, right? That was 4 years ago. Now it's like I've opened up for Eric Bellinger. I've opened up for several major artists, and I'm taking them through this. Right? Like I don't, so that's the difference is you gotta be real with yourself and you gotta have people that's gonna be real with you. Like Pat, he vicious. He'd be like, no, that's trash. Or he'd be like, yeah, this the one, and that's the people I appreciate. It's people who gonna not only just tell you something, but they gonna come up with a solution. Just don't tell me something bad or not as good, because it's impossible for me to do anything bad. Like we've been doing it so long, like to make trash, it's almost impossible. Now you might not make it might not be up to standard, but to be like it's not good.
Anything goes pretty much.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's like if you've been lifting weights and you've been working out for 30 years, it's impossible for you to just one day to wake up and just be a horrible athlete without some type of tragedy.
Right.
you know, you see the big three, them dudes come out there, they gonna give you 50, and they ain't picked up the ball in 3 years.
Right.
You know, so it's just those type of things, but I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. Did he answer the question? Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm gonna take things. Don't nobody care.
Yeah, I mean,
So you have to determine in your mind you're gonna do it anyway.
yeah, for sure, they do. Yeah, I mean, and then when I chop this up and put it on social media, I'm right behind her head, ain't nobody gonna have nobody in it. Now, move your head, you make it look good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the thing about marketing. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Wow.
Everything is smoke and mirrors, right? Like nothing is real. Even nothing is something. But everything. I have a marketing, small business marketing. Aaron Alexander Creative. I've done stuff with UAPB. I've done stuff with Morehouse, Spelman, people. They can talk about their little girlfriends. And I let them know that most men are stubborn. And all women are crazy. You just gotta figure out what crazy that you gonna deal with.
I rebuke that.
You can say what
I am not crazy.
you got a crazy
Today, right now.
You got a crazy side. You got a crazy side.
I said today.
Yeah, that's a
I said this moment.
Yeah, this moment.
I mean, don't test me.
But you,
I'm sitting right here.
men, we are naturally stubborn creatures.
Yeah.
Right? So yes now. But there's a thing that, you know what I'm saying, like you just gotta figure out if that's your crazy that you want to deal with.
Yeah.
Right?
I got you.
Because it might not be that crazy to you, right?
I got you.
My wife wakes up at 5 o'clock on Tuesday, she gotta take the medicine, she gotta do this, she gotta do that. I'm okay with that crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody else might not be okay. You know what I'm saying, with that crazy. But you just gotta figure out, you know, what you want to do and what you want to deal with. You know what I mean? And that's the key of enjoying who you are and being at peace with things. But
Man, y'all sound fresh, everybody. Now, Sean, this is an opportunity for them, the audience, to ask you questions.
interesting.
And I still want to be able to listen to a little bit of your music.
I can do that.
At the end, too.
Yes, ma'am.
But I want them to
Okay, then.
have that opportunity.
Okay.
And I ain't crazy.
My question to you, the first song that she introduced us to, you said your cousin was playing the saxophone. So do you prefer a live band whenever you're performing? Because you said you're from Little Rock. There's a lot of Little Rock bound artists that don't. I'm a teacher too, right? So I have kids. They prefer to have the already pre-made music other than a live band. So do you prefer a live band or something you miss
I like live bands. Now, I used to have security issues. I was insecure with myself, so I used to hide behind a big band. Like at one point, I was in South Maine, and we had 200 or 300 people there, right? And I used to hide behind like a saxophone player, a lead guitar, auxiliary, a key player, the bass, 2 background singers. 5 different.
I was at those shows.
Yeah,
I was in the wardrobe change.
Yeah, the wardrobe, changing my wardrobe. Right, I'm feeling this.
I know, I love it.
But, you know, then I got 5 different people, you know what I'm saying, guest appearances because, you know, I need time to kind of, but now I am used to however I have to do it. Like, I don't really want a big band because I want you to hear what I have to say and I want to get myself out, you feel me? But I do prefer a live band. It's a difference than just tracks. But anywhere I go, I can do it. But for preference, yeah, I do like a live band, especially like, you know, the people that I rock with. So that answers the question.
Great. Got another question?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So, did experiencing the pandemic, COVID-19, influence your music in any way during that time frame?
Absolutely. So my dad passed shortly before, and then the pandemic happened. So I had I had one less person to impress. And so at that point I started just making music that I really wanted to make. You know, so with just one less person to impress, and my mom not being on social media, then I just started making how I felt at the time. Some people experience financial decrease during the pandemic. I had an increase. So while there was a family, I was in fees, so I spent my money every week, you know what I'm saying, recording music, you know, with Ferocious. So it just depends on how I felt. There's some songs that nobody ever gonna hear. Right? Yeah, there's some songs that, you know, Chris actually said the same thing when the dead passed. He was like, I had one less person to impress. So the pandemic definitely, but it made me confident too, because I got in great shape. I stopped caring about what people really thought about me. And I just, you know, I started looking at myself too. Like, man, I'm not who I think I am. Like, during the pandemic, you get caught up in you're in a bubble. And you can get like caught up in being Little Rock or Arkansas famous. Like, I put out 4 songs, like, I put out 3 songs every year. And I was just like, how in the world am I getting all these accolades? I ain't did nothing. You feel me? It's like, these artists are putting out songs in Atlanta and all these other places, like, every month just to stay relevant. And so, I'm not here just to be in Arkansas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have to be successful for the people who believe in me, who do things without me paying them. You know what I'm saying? So I have to look at myself to see if it's something that the pandemic kind of exposed, you know what I'm saying, some of those things for me. So, yeah.
Great question. Great response. Thank you. Do you have another question?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Sean, let me ask you a question. I'm a big fan, by the way.
Thank you.
And I've learned a lot. I'm glad I came. I didn't know all this stuff.
Right.
All this background stuff, but appreciate you for opening up and sharing.
Thank you.
Based on what you were saying and sharing with us, do you see yourself writing for other artists? Do you think you could write for Candy?
Those are my friends.
Do you think you could write for people other than yourself? Because I hear you saying, I write what I feel, I write my life.
Right.
But do you think you could ever write for somebody else? Do you think I could write a song for another artist?
Absolutely. So, let me try it. You know, black folk, we like to be like, you know, talk about your stuff. But you know, what black folks say, you don't put too many eggs on the But so recently, I've had 2 songs that were sent to Teddy Swims and Sam Smith, and Teddy's management liked the song. Will it come to fruition? I have no idea. Also, my life ain't that important. Like, my life ain't that, it's kind of boring. So any song that I'm really writing, it might not really also always be about me. It might be about a certain feeling that I have at that moment. It might be about somebody else, but that I might convey. But like, as an R&B singer, I ain't having that much sex. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't sitting around here. I ain't coming out. I've been married too long. I ain't coming out of the shower. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, come on, man. Like, when I was younger.
Legacy lyrics and local sound. You don't hear it.
Like, I mean, I've had my moments, right? I'm not like currently like I got to have it morning, noon, and night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not waking up. I'm not dreaming about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pay a bill. You know? But so like anybody that I can write a song for anybody. You know? And I wrote some songs for people too. But again, I am under the firm believer, if you don't know that I've worked or did something, that means I gotta work hard. I'm not really, and I saw something last week, somebody saying, man, you gotta start popping your stuff. And that's what, when you in the church, they tell you to stay, that we didn't know what humble means, but God came through and said, I am who I am. Like, you know what I'm saying, the truth, the way of life. And I think as artists, so last week I put out a reel. I had to remind people, like, hey, I'm 2-time Artist of the Year. I've been on 4 national tours. I done sold out over 100 shows. Your favorite venue, I was the first person there, right? Like, I've got one.
Don't play with you.
No, not even that. It's just
No. Don't play with you.
It's not even.
You have to remind yourself.
Yeah, because it's not about the people. It's not like, not saying I'm down, but I'm also I say, to wage, they put 20 on the 10. So, you know, I want to see, like, what's going to be the response, because I haven't arrived anywhere, right? Like, I'm still needing a check for something, right? So it's like, it's just one of those things where you just got to say, hey, you come a long way, but you ain't came far enough, you know what I mean? And, yeah, but also our community is just, we're not honest. Like, you know, like, we're not honest with what we stand at. Like, we need you guys to pay us, right? Like, we need money, but, you know what I mean? Like, we need you to...
Can you do this? And then don't say, and this is what I'm going.
Yeah,
this is just, can you do it?
Right.
And then pray that they don't ask for no money.
And that's just our community. And that's just our community, right? You know what I mean? Because I've been in rooms and places, it's like, oh, we're on this person. Let me tell you something. I opened up for Young Blue. That man walked away with a brand new Honda Civic, and I had to find you to get me something, give me a little bit of something. And me and Pat, we put on a hell of a show. By far the best show on stage. Why I gotta do that? You understand?
So basically you're saying, and I understand this, why are you not honoring who I am and I'm here?
Yeah.
That you bring somebody in and you give them the word.
Give them the word. But the thing is, that's what they did for Jesus. So I can't, like, that's the thing that I'm a real Christian.
Right.
Like, I can't really think that you're gonna treat me like diamonds and pearls when I'm in your, like, the Bible lets you know, like, they didn't even treat Jesus like that. And so, like, then when I ain't like, first time I went on tour when I went to LA, I was with Gavin, and them folks clapped like I ain't never heard nobody clap before. They gave me a sure. I mean, it was loud. I have never experienced it. I went to Gavin, and again, I'm from 24th page. I said, Gavin, are they making fun of us?
Okay.
He said, he looked around. I said, because I'll tell you, look.
Oh my God!
Right. I was like, y'all they making fun of us.
No, they weren't.
And Gavin said, bro, they bought all of your merch. And I'm a numbers person. I said, dog, you sure right? Because if I was making fun of them, I wouldn't buy.
Right.
I'm not used to it, right? I wasn't used to it. I was used to people being like, yeah, I got a cousin that should be on your stuff. I got this. Man, you don't sing that good. You know what I mean? Like, you can't write this, you can't do that. I mean,
With the applause.
the applause.
The applause and the purchase.
Yeah, the purchase. That's that purchase.
The purchase.
Because the applause doesn't mean like, what your money is at. Where your money was at, gonna tell you where your heart is. But when they put their money on me, I was like, oh.
You know what? Let me tell you something. When I walk away from here today, a new mindset. Okay, it's gonna be strict. It's been strict. It's gonna be strict. It's been strict. Because really they don't care. Yeah, but we're gonna ensure that the purchase is. Yo, SEANFRESH. Listen, okay. Before we leave out of here, I want them to listen to you. Got some new tunes.
Yeah.
And
did I say you something? You did.
You see, you talk to me. And somebody's black. We black.
Yeah, I might play something. Let me get that. Let me get that Bluetooth. Can I
Yeah, you can do that.
let me borrow it.
I'ma disconnect mine and you sure? No, just use mine. Can you
Well, you ain't got it.
Okay, so you're fine. Well, we gonna pause here right now, okay?
Bring it. You can bring it all over.
Y'all keep it up. Because we still going, right? We still going right here. Okay. Y'all keep it up one more time. And I just want to let you know this is Legacy Lyrics and the Local Sound, and it's more than the performance. It's about the person, the artist, and what makes the artist. Because there's always the assumption that you think you know, but we really don't. We really don't know.
Yeah, it's not their fault. It's my fault. Some of them.
Well, I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about all of us. Yeah, we get up, we go behind the mic, and everybody. Oh, I know, and I hear that a lot. I know, but do you really know?
No.
Do you really know what I go through on a daily? No. Do you really know what my bank account looks like?
Oh God.
Do you? I'm serious. Do you just make the assumption because she got it like me, or
Is this the one?
let's see. Right here. Let's see. Let me turn
turn it on.
Did I just turn it off or turn it up? Okay,
Yeah, that's why you should find it.
Yeah, I tell people once they listen to me, I had one of the worst performances I ever had.
it's extremely
At, one of the biggest shows, and that was I did Gerald Derby. That's the worst show I ever had to buy after my dad passed. I crashed and burned. I cussed up a storm on that stage. I was like, man, turn this motherfucker, like I thought and I was just like, hey, at that point you gotta figure out who you are. Even though that was like 8 years ago, I was like, man, I ain't doing this.
Oh, did it try? Oh, it goes down.
Alright, so
Was it like it's down the whole time? Okay.
so
You're visual. And you can also find this on, the video capture of this is going to be, it's already on geninelatriceperez, our YouTube channel, but it's also going to be on Pyramid Art Books and Custom Frame YouTube channel as well, so that we can keep this and archive this, because, if you were here last week, dang, I said it again, if you were here on Monday, you heard Darbo sit there and say that we're going to make it to the 50-year mark, so that's 13 years. I'm like, okay then. So we're going to keep this going, and it won't just be in the month of June. We'll try to figure out what we're going to do on a quarterly basis, because I definitely want to support in any way that I possibly can, so that we can pack this room out. But the reality of it is, folks don't care.
Yeah, they had a
But they don't care.
Yeah,
And there are some that do. Yes,
Can
ma'am.
I ask you a question, both of you guys?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I'm a visual artist and I'm an educator as well. And I noticed some of the same things that y'all are speaking on as far as no one caring. But do you feel like there should be another renaissance here, like Harlem Renaissance? That was not only singers, writers, and other things, artists. It was a group of people, all of us coming together. And I think one of the biggest things is we start branching out and dealing with taking care of us. But when we take care of us, it's less visibility, less being heard, less people advocating for the whole group instead of just the one person. So do you feel like it should be, or is there amongst the performing artists a renaissance that is happening here in Little Rock?
So me personally, I'm a positive person. And I don't go outside of, I'm in my community. I feel like we have a very thriving community. There are certain people that they grab to, right? Like if there are artists that's out, there's gonna be a group of artists that are gonna come to that show, right? And that's not like I used to be in the past. I used to be a South man, and I used to see artists drive by to look and see if the show was packed. And I'd just be like, bro, come on in, cause I understand that you might not have the money, but you also might be like, they'll come and see Sean, right? But you don't know I'm him, you feel me? Right? Until you step into it. And so the thing is,
I didn't know that's what that was.
yeah, people drive by.
I didn't know that's what that was.
Yeah,
That's what you're thinking that's what.
They want to see one of two things. They want to see if you packed out the show. Then they want to be like, well, because there's been people that come and say, hey, well, you gonna mess with this person, right? Why can't I get it? I did the 501 fest. There was some haters. Like, well, why you booked Sean? Well, because they want original music, and who's other than, again, that's
Why does that matter? Because to me, that gives a negative connotation when they say, well, why did you book Sean?
It don't matter to me. I was like,
It don't matter to you.
Yeah.
Because they do that with me too. And it's okay. But Sean, we have a thriving community, but we also have a clear community.
I just don't care about it. Because one,
You don't care about it.
no, I don't care about them. Because
Who
the
is
people,
them?
whoever they are, whoever I'm focused on, I'm gonna tell you who am I? You called me and asked me. The first thing I asked was, is this a commission thing? You said no. I said, okay, I'll be here.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And I appreciate that.
It's only I'm focused. That's the thing. We focus on all our these different other communities and all these other things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm focused on the people I need to focus on.
Amen.
Right? That's and those are the people who are true to themselves and is not who's doing the work that needs to be done. Right? And it ain't just about music. It's about, are we really helping the kids in the community? Are we really who we say we are? The moment that I found out that, because if you a pimp or a hoe, then keep tipping and hoeing.
Yeah.
That's who you are. Yeah, that's who you are. Yeah, like I ain't mad at that. I got some homeboys that's some straight up killers. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in here and tell me about some type of uplift. No, be a killer. Right? Like, so
Maybe you want something I can know.
you feel like if something goes wrong, and somebody gonna come to you. But if you a prayer warrior, be a prayer warrior. Don't be a prayer warrior. I said it in the song. Stop playing with God. Right? You pick up Sunday morning, what's up? Like if you gonna be, don't be lukewarm. I was lukewarm for 2 years. Y'all understand? You know, it's a trying to find those places. But I mean, you just be who you are. If you got all or whatever, just continue to have all or whatever.
So in answering her Renaissance question, so I think they're speaking positive, but do I think that there needs to be
We
some
need
sort of
money. That's what the difference between the Renaissance is that our black dollars were circulating. We need Virgil to come and give me a grant and go to certain places and say we need Sean. We need you to come. We need the fund. We need the business bills to happen, right? Like we need the money because if you give us the money, we've already done the work,
And a
right?
lot of that is education too. So
Exactly,
part of
yeah.
that collective is actually getting out there, like what Garbo is trying to do with getting art collectors is having more events and exposing ourselves to other audiences that would normally not be here.
Yeah.
So I understand we need the money, but having those people that actually know their roles, I love that you said that. Like if you know that you are a marketing person, then you gonna market. You gonna be a part of the group, part of this collective, you're gonna do that. Do you feel like there's a space here in Little Rock with at least the performance side? Because I know what the visual art side is and the education side, but the performance side, do you think that there are people that are willing to play their roles?
I'm gonna say one thing and then I'm gonna give it to Janine. I'm gonna say yes. There's a thing called 501 Fest and I've never seen anything more beautiful. Right? I saw it with my own eyes. It was vendors everywhere. It was people everywhere. The performers, they did their best. And then what happened was, after that, I went to open mic at Aphrodisiac. And guess who was still there performing for free? Half of the people who was on the stage. I saw 607, I saw Carlo, I saw GQ, I saw Bang. We all came to Osiris. We was all there to perform again. The Harlem Renaissance, they were still in New York City. Right, they're still in New York. That's a huge population, but what they did was there was a small group of people that made a big impact. So if you didn't go to the 501 Fest, my eyes were changed because I might have been negative a couple of years ago, but I know there was a problem. I've seen the hard work that Dashin put together, that Pat put together, that Roderick put together, right? That Christian put together. Like I've seen it. There was no. The city gave the people tried to give them so many pushbacks. You gotta have this. You gotta do that. All they did was be resilient and push through. Yeah. Next year it's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be better, and it's gonna be black, and it's gonna be us.
I like
when
that.
I talk about it, like, I need to put that down.
You heard me, y'all like
Yeah, so I mean, I think it just takes a group of people. I mean, I'm a Christian. There were 13 people. You know, Judas was a Muslim, but he was necessary. Right? Like, he was necessary.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, let's change the world. I don't believe that it's got to be a whole bunch of people. I believe it's got to be a group of people who know what they want to do and who's going to continue to push the envelope that's going to continue and keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. That's just my belief.
And basically be willing to show up. Show up.
Yeah, show up, man.
Just show up. Just show up. Show up. It's okay. Okay, did you find it?
Yeah. So the other video I playing, so this is a song that nobody's gonna hear, but since we're here, it's called Whatever You Like, and it's a newer Sean that I recorded that y'all will be getting used to.
What you got planned tonight? You should call up your friends and tell them that you're busy. Chillin' with your head tonight. Put the phone down, we can roll out. Ooh, got a place and I know a couple days that we can do. Tell me if you're down to ride. Feel like we can fly down the stars.
next weekend, but I ain't gonna lie, when Pat sent it to him, we was like, hold on, we need to put some money behind it. That's why I've been saying we need your money.
Okay.
Because I know point is putting out something that's sharing it. You gotta put money behind.
Oh, trust me, I understand. And sometimes it's hard as an individual artist. I'm an independent artist.
I'm gonna do it myself. Hey,
You gonna figure it out.
I'm gonna figure it out.
It's a skate song.
I wish I had, I've been writing it down, you know what I'm saying? DJ most wanted, you know what I'm saying? He's a skating person. I was like, hey, but it's got a little Miami vibe. I know people out there.
Baby, that was fat.
Yeah.
I had to get up at my seat. I had to do my thing. Y'all listen. Y'all give it up one last time for SEANFRESH. This is Macy Lyrics and the Local Sound, and you heard it here. And thank you, Sean. Thank you so much for being raw with it. Truth just flowed from it, and we really appreciate that. Y'all, again, I'm gonna acknowledge Garbo Hearne for cultivating this creativity. And it just started like this. I wanted to just do a listening session for my new EP.
Amen.
And then she was like, hey, let's do more. It's Black Music Appreciation Month. Put something together. And I put it together, and bring some of your friends. And I'm like, I'm so your musical friends. And so I'm so thankful that you answered the call just like that, and I really appreciate that. And with that being said, on Monday, we have Edna Sanders. She's released a book and a song, I'm an Overcomer. And then the Dr. ROUTEN, okay? So we got Praise and Power on Monday, June 16th. On June 23rd, we have Fendi Bedlam, and I know it's Dion Betts, but so you're gonna have to tell me if I need that name right. And Haywood King. And then on the 30th, wait a minute, let me back up.
Yes, please.
On the 22nd, which is a Sunday, your girl will be right here. Geninelatriceperez, what she said, you say her whole name. Anyway, I'm gonna be right here with my own listening party, my own listening session, and American Prophet with Unheard Conversation is going to be the interviewer, and I'll get to be the interviewee. So please make sure that you come on out. And then I told you the 23rd, and then on the 30th, we've got Patrice Newell, Keith Savage, and Dee Dee Jones. So, and that's when we're gonna end the month. But we're not gonna end Legacy Lyrics and the Local Sound. We're gonna keep it going, especially when we have nuggets like what we just heard today with SEANFRESH, y'all. And I'm gonna tell you, it's about that purchase and get that purchase, y'all. Okay. I'm your girl Geninelatriceperez. It has been an absolute pleasure to once again serve as the host and curator for Legacy Lyrics and the Local Sound. And we'll see you on Monday, June 16th. Take care, y'all.